Hello everyone, this is Let's Connect and I am Rishira Ganguly. Today we are going to be in conversation with the very beautiful, very talented Sanya Malhotra who will be talking about her upcoming film Pagglait, which is releasing on 26th March on Netflix. So how are you today and any nervous jitters before the release of the film?
Hi, Rishira. Thank you so much for the introduction, for the lovely, lovely introduction. You're looking beautiful.
Thank you.
And no, I'm quite excited, I'm not nervous. I was nervous yesterday, but today I'm like quite relaxed. And also, I rewatched the film day before yesterday, and I think that's the reason I'm so confident that the film is nice. It's going to do really well on Netflix. So I'm not nervous. I'm quite happy and excited.
That's great. And the film is beautiful. I mean,
You watched it?
yes, I watched it. I watched it and I was so, mind blown by the amount of, the courage that you had at the end of the, anyway, I'm not going to give any spoilers out.
Yeah.
So, first question, you're known for breaking typecasts and choosing roles which are not, which are starkly different from one another. So tell me what attracted you to the script of Pagglait?
What attracted me was, I think I fell in love with my character, Sandhya. It's a beautifully written character and a script by our director and writer Umesh sir. I loved how free Sandhya is, and how emotionally mature she is. It's extremely difficult to forgive someone who has done something like this to you, And she realizes that, and she realizes that to move on in life and to maybe start a new chapter, it's crucial to let go of this emotion and start a new chapter and maybe take your own decisions, start taking your own decisions, have that confidence and that validation that you might be seeking from the external world, but give yourself that validation on your own. So that aspect of my character was extremely inspiring. The script really spoke to me. The character really spoke to me on so many levels. It inspired me on so many levels. And that's the reason I thought that I should do it, But to add to that, I was also very nervous. At one point, I honestly felt that it's such a strong character. It's a beautiful script. I had doubts about myself and my acting skills. But Guneet Monga, our producer, and our director, Umesh sir, had so much confidence in me that I thought कि अगर इनको confidence है तो I can pull it off, अगर ये इतना भरोसा करके मुझे कुछ दे रहे हैं तो maybe there is something that I can't see the bigger picture maybe. So I should just sit back and enjoy the experience of this Pagglait journey,
And it's a beautiful character and it's a beautiful journey, as you said. But Sandhya is a character who, nowadays it falls into a very a genre that Bollywood is seeing a lot nowadays, that of empowering women through relationships or through individuality. So how did you prepare your character to be seen differently from Bollywood tropes akin to something like Queen?
Oh, it's a unique script, It's a unique story. I haven't seen anything like this before in Bollywood. A widow who can't comprehend why she's feeling the way she's feeling, She knows that she's not acting normal. 5 महीने हुए हैं शादी को. Why is she not crying? She cried when her बिल्ली died. ठीक है? But now she can't. और भूख भी बहुत लग रही है. She says in one of the dialogues in the teaser. For this one, I think there was no comparison with any other character, or I never approach my characters like that. It's all a very personal journey when I prepare for a character. For this one, I did a lot of reading. I wanted to crack her psychology, because it's for people watching it, they shouldn't feel like it's weird that she's not crying. It's weird that everyone around her is dealing with grief, but her way of dealing with grief is not normal, you know. People shouldn't feel like कि ये बड़ा ही अजीब behavior है. कर रही है, अजीब है for other people. For her personally, I had to, as an actor, I had to crack her psychology कि what happened in those 5 months, that she's not feeling sad for this man who's her husband, you know. So to crack that psychology, Umesh sir really helped me to come closer to her emotionally, you know, कि क्या क्या हो सकता है. Maybe she was not happy in the marriage, and वो छोटे छोटे dialogues में you see that she wasn't. Like in the first dialogue when her mother comes in and she's unpacking her bags, she tells her कि ये कितने दिन के कपड़े लाए हो, यहाँ इंग्लिश का मोड नहीं है, इंडियन का मोड है, तुमसे बैठा नहीं जाएगा, मेरे को तो 5 महीने में भी आदत नहीं हुई. And then she tells Akanksha, जब she confronts her, that listen, मतलब मेरी तुम्हारी वजह से मेरे पति ने मेरे से कभी सही से बात भी नहीं करी आज तक ने. तो in those छोटे छोटे dialogues you know that she was not happy in that marriage, but it was all subconsciously, it was there, but she could never consciously, you know, she never knew it कि this is actually the real picture in front of her. She was not happy. She didn't want to come to terms with that aspect कि वो खुशी नहीं थी शादी में, ठीक है. It was all her projection. So for that, I think Umesh sir and the day on the film, Pooja, really helped me to come closer to Sandhya emotionally and physically. So that's how I prepared for her when I was starting the film.
And it does come on screen. I mean, you look so into the character. I could not separate the actor from the character. So it was so brilliant. You were brilliant on screen. I loved your acting. I loved the way, I mean, you portrayed Sandhya. And one of the brilliant things that I noticed was Sandhya's relationship with Akanksha, because it's not seen, these kind of relationships are not seen in Bollywood so much, because mostly the protagonist is seen in a very Snow White light, and you know, someone who's opposing her is seen as a vamp or something. So how did you prepare your character dynamics? What kind of discussions did you and Sanya and Umesh have to prepare your character dynamics?
As you said, we have never seen such sort of a friendship or a sisterhood in Bollywood. And the credit honestly goes to Umesh sir, because he wrote these two characters and their relationship beautifully and maturely. We have never seen it, but they are the real, it seems real, you know. ऐसा real life में कोई vamp होती नहीं है life में. And that's the beautiful aspect of it. And Shayoni has done such a brilliant job. She came in and she made me feel so comfortable. She made Sandhya feel so comfortable. She sparks that confidence in her, you know. Sandhya gets inspired. She's inspired by Shayoni's character. That if she has such a beautiful life, she lives alone, she takes her own decision. She gets inspired, and I think it's because of her that she is triggered to take that step in her life, you know, in the end. For that sisterhood, like I have seen it personally. I have like I'm surrounded by amazing sisters and amazing girlfriends in my life who have supported me so much, you know. They're extremely precious to me. And for Sandhya too, they both lost, she lost her love and Sandhya lost her husband, but they both found this unique friendship, this wholesome friendship in this whole scenario, which is extremely important and so real. And that's very important. As an actor, it was our responsibility to just do the job right, so that the audience can also feel and it translates in a beautiful way, you know, कि वो ऐसा ना लगे कि वो वैम्प है या वो दूसरी औरत या कुछ भी है, मतलब सौतन टाइप, whatever you want to call it. But it never comes across like that. You're always in love. As soon as Akanksha comes into the picture, you know that she's not a bad human being. She loved him fully, you know. ऐसा कुछ बुरा नहीं किया उसने. And whatever क्यों मिल रही है वो संध्या से, मे बी वो भी पगलैट है. शयोनी कहती है कि वो भी शायद पगलैट है, कि वो she goes and meets her, वो घर चली जाती है उसके. तो मतलब she's also dealing with that grief like internally, she can't like project or she can't express her sadness because obviously she's with his widow. So she has done a beautiful job, yeah. She has done extremely. She's so wonderful in the film.
And as you said, it's a very real film. So, why do you think that this kind of a story needed to be told to the audience and through a global platform such as Netflix, which not only is privy to an Indian audience, but to a global audience who can see, I mean, the culture that is projected also through the film?
I think it's as you said, it's in a very real space, and nowadays we all know that the content is a hero. It's a beautiful script. On paper the script was beautiful. It was very important for me as an actor because my responsibility was just to do the job right, just the acting bit right. I can't control how people while watching the film will react to the performance of the film. तो वो कभी वैसा सोच के I never approach my work. But at the same time, it's gratifying that we got a platform like Netflix for Pagglait. And I'm just hoping that जब मैं ये सीन करी थी तो जब मैं ये फिल्म करी थी तो I was really inspired from Sandhya and her story. And I'm also hoping जब लोग देख रहे होंगे तो वो भी कुछ ना कुछ मतलब उनके भी मतलब दिल में कुछ होगा देखकर or they might also get inspired by her or by anyone else in the film or by her story and just the feeling of freedom. So that's the only aspect that I can control. I can only control the performance bit of it, and my responsibility as an actor to choose the characters that I'm playing on screen. कि लोग देखें तो वो inspire हों, ये ना सोचे कि ये I can't relate to it. And I'm glad that the audience is changing, They want to see content-driven films now, which are in a real space, with characters that they can relate to. ये देख के ऐसा ना लगे कि I have never seen like this, यार मैं तो ऐसा नहीं करती हूँ. I know कि सब संध्या से relate कर पाएंगे when they'll watch the film. They will realize that हाँ यार वो जब अपने फैसले खुद नहीं लेते ना तो सच में दूसरे ले लेते हैं. Just that aspect of it.
Thank you so much for joining me in this conversation.
Thank you so
much. I loved it, and I loved your answers because it was so detailed and it was so also, I mean, it was discreet too. I mean, not revealing too much, but I think people have a good idea of what the film is about and what they can expect from such a film. And yeah, thank you so much for bringing Sandhya alive on screen. I wish that people watch it again and again, and people really find themselves in the characters that are shown on screen. So thank you so much for joining me in this conversation.
Thanks a lot. It was lovely talking to you, and thanks a lot for watching the film. Please rewatch it on Netflix on 26th of March with your family and friends. Thanks a lot.
Binge watch it. Thank you, Sanya. Thank you so much.
Bye. Take care.
Bye.